Greetings, it's Brittany from Holistic Lactation 365, and today let's talk about protecting your peace while giving birth in the hospital setting. It is very possible to have a beautiful, blissful, harmonious birth while in the hospital, but it can take a little bit of planning and intention. The hospital is not a place that most people think of as happy. Some people really experience a lot of anxiety and tension and fear when they step foot through those doors. And it's a place where a lot of people receive bad news, where they go to see their loved ones who are not doing well. And so that energy of nervousness, it can kind of linger through the halls, even in the happier spaces in the hospital, which are considered labor and delivery and postpartum. So understanding that that is the energy that is associated with the hospital is important, because when you go in, you'll need to put a energetic shield around you and your family so that you're not affected by that nervous energy that's lingering. And it's very much possible. So one of the ways that you can prepare before you step foot in the hospital is to make sure that you pick a healthcare provider that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you feel seen, that makes you feel heard, that makes you feel safe. Someone who makes you feel like they have your back. Ask around, see how your friends and family who have given birth, how they felt about their healthcare providers. This is very, very much important for you to feel at ease when you are birthing your baby in this setting. Another thing that's important is to come in with knowledge, a knowledge of what to expect. So you can get this knowledge by reading books about birth and even postpartum breastfeeding. You can watch educational videos on YouTube, the YouTube University. You can take a prenatal breastfeeding basics class. I am an international board certified lactation consultant, and I help mothers to prepare for breastfeeding, expecting mothers to prepare for breastfeeding. I have a Blissful breastfeeding program where I walk them through everything necessary to get off to the best start possible on their journey. So you can take some type of prenatal breastfeeding education course. You can take a childbirth education course where they teach you how to breathe, where they teach you different techniques that you can use to cope with the waves, with the intensity of labor, so that you can have the smoothest, best outcome possible, and so that you can remain in control throughout the process and not feel like you are losing yourself and that everyone else is making decisions for you, but that you can maintain your center and your balance throughout your entire labor. And it is possible. Another thing that you can do is prepare a birth plan before you get to the hospital. A birth plan, if you're not familiar, it's basically a document that will state your wishes, things that you are okay with having in your labor and in your birth, and things that you are not okay with. So some people will say, one thing that I definitely want to do is have my baby placed on me skin to skin immediately after birth, and to have my baby nursed before any interventions happen, to delay any interventions, any weighing of the baby, any if there were some medications that needed to be administered, just to delay all of that until the baby completes the first feeding. Some people will put that in their birth plan. Some people will say, I don't want any labor medications, but I am open to natural therapies like a birthing tub if your facility has one, or a birthing ball to help facilitate labor. Some people, for their postpartum preferences, they will say, I don't want my baby administered any formula. I'm planning on exclusively breastfeeding. So with your birth plan, you're basically putting your wishes down on paper so that it's easy for everyone to have an understanding of your desires, and so that they can support you in meeting those desires. Now, it's important that you discuss it with your healthcare provider before you even get to the hospital so that y'all are on the same page. And then when you get to the hospital, you'll hand out that document to the nurses so everybody has an understanding of what it is that you desire so they can support you. Now, the next one will be, once you get to the hospital, to personalize. Personalize your space. When you personalize your space, you take control of that environment. You're no longer in the hospital space, which is not yours. You're now in your own space that you have customized. And healthcare providers, we are human. You know, we feel that energy when you put your stamp on that room that you're going to be staying in. There have been rooms that I have walked into and I'm like, whoa, am I even in the hospital anymore? Because the mom she's hung string lights. She has positive affirmations hanging around the room. She's playing soft music that is really, really just calming. She has her aromatherapy going. Now, most hospitals will not want you to have open flame, but you can have your diffuser. You can have LED candles. She has on her cozy clothes, her own clothes. She might have a custom birthing gown that she's gotten that has a really nice pattern that makes her feel cute and cozy. Or after, if it's postpartum, she has on a nice robe, which is easy access for breastfeeding the baby, but she feels comfortable. She has all those cozy things around her. Her fuzzy slippers, she has those. She has her cozy blanket, her cozy pillow. Those things are really, really important, especially when you are birthing, so that you feel snug in your space. A lot of the birthing process has to do with women feeling secure. There's actually some talk that a woman's labor can stall when she is not feeling secure. She can be, laboring at home, and then the moment she steps into the hospital and she starts to feel uncomfortable, now all of a sudden her contractions stop. So it's important to personalize this space. It's your space. Put your stamp on it. And that's a part of setting that energetic bubble around you and your family so that you are not being affected by any lingering, nervous, anxious energy that may just be floating around the hospital because of the type of building that it is. It is a building where not only well people go to have their babies, but also, unfortunately, some people are having a really hard time in that space. And we just want to send them good energy, but protect your own space. Now, another thing that you can do, and this is going to be the third thing, we'll close with this, is pause. Okay, what do I mean by pause? I mean, take a break as needed. If you start to feel overwhelmed, if you start to feel anxious, you can pause and remember your breath. Breathing is a very simple way that you can take control of your emotions. If you're starting to feel like you're losing it, you can bring yourself back into balance by taking a few slow, intentional, deep breaths and exhalations. So there is a type of breathing called balanced breathing, or some people call it square breathing. I want to share with you right now how to do it. So visualize a square. A square has 4 sides and all the sides are equal length. That represents the balance. So when you do this square breathing, you will inhale for 4 counts, literally 1, 2, 3, 4. And you imagine that square as you breathe in. So you're going up the square for 4 counts, you hold your breath, then you go across the square for 4 counts. And as you go across, you're exhaling. You hold your breath, you go down the square for 4 counts. As you're going down, you're inhaling. You hold your breath. And lastly, you close up that square, going all the way across, and you're exhaling. And you hold your breath. And then you do it again. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And you repeat that as many times as you need until you feel the tension releasing in your body. So when we're tense, sometimes our heart starts to beat real fast. We can get hot. We can start sweating. things just feel like overwhelming, overstimulated. And so you can use this technique to help to center yourself at any time. This even works, of course, when you're not in labor. You can do this at work if you need a minute. You can, go take a little 15-minute break if you can, or hit the bathroom and do this for 60 seconds in the bathroom as need be. Remember, when you feel overwhelmed, you can always go back to your breath. Your breath is life. Your breath can slow you down and get you back centered, back focused. Okay. And the last thing that I want you to consider when you're pausing is that if you are feeling pressure to make a decision that you feel uncomfortable with, or maybe not even that you feel uncomfortable with, but you just need a little bit of time to process it, you can always pause for consideration. And here's a phrase you can give to your healthcare provider. I'll need a few minutes to consider your recommendations. I'll hit the call button when I've made my decision. So that statement is powerful because you're letting them know that you've heard them, you hear what they're recommending, but you're going to take a little bit of time to consider. And then I like also letting them know that you will reach out to them when they're ready, because sometimes if you don't, you tell them, hey, I need a little bit of time to think about this, and then 1 minute later they're back at your door like, are you ready? Do you know? And no, we're not doing that. That can create even more anxiety. You let them know, hey, when I'm ready, I'll reach out to you. I'll come out to the nurse's station. I'll hit my call button, which every room in a hospital should have a call button that you can hit to let your nurses or your doctor know that you need some type of support. So remember to pause for the cause if you need to. These are just a couple of things that can help you to have a peaceful birth and peaceful postpartum experience in the hospital setting. I hope that you found this video helpful. For any mothers who are expecting, I am an international board certified lactation consultant, and every month I walk moms through my Blissful breastfeeding program, where we cover everything that you need to know to get up to the best start possible on your breastfeeding journey. If you are interested in learning more, let me know down in the comments. If there are certain topics that you want me to discuss concerning birth, breastfeeding, postpartum care, let me know down in the comments. The easiest way to reach out to me is on Instagram. You can DM me at Holistic Lactation 365, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you need help, I'd love to support you on your lactation journey. Till next time, be well.